devotees, all goddesses and devotees. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Ashtaprayeshu Bhatreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Utama Shloke Bhagavati Naishtagi Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Antakopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Nama Pankajanabhaya Nama
Pankajanabhaya
Nama Pankajanetraya Aste Jangre
Om Namah
Karodi Vajalam
Mukam Karodi Vajalam Pangam Langayade Girim
Aham Bande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam
Shri
Shri
Gurum
Chaitanyamishwaram
Shri
Paramananda
Chaitanyamishwaram Madhavam.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for joining. Reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 11, new chapter, the universal form, Vishwarupa. And today we will be discussing verses 1 to 3, 1, 2, and 3. So first verse, Arjuna Vacha Madanugrahaya Paramam Guhyam Adhyatma Samhidam Yatvayoktam Vajastena Mohoyam Vigado Mama. Arjuna Vacha Madanugrahaya Paramam Guhyam Adhyatma Samhidam Yatvayoktam Vajastena Mohoyam Vigado Mama. Arjuna Vacha Madanugrahaya Paramam Guhyam Adhyatma Samhidam Yatvayoktam Vajastena Mohoyam Vigado Mama.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Madanugrahaya Paramam Guhyam Adhyatma Samhidam. Arjuna Uvacha Madanugrahaya Paramam Guhyam Adhyatma Samhidam Tattvayoktam Vajastena Mohoyam Vigado Mama.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Arjuna Uvacha. Arjunan Paranyu.
This English class. Okay. Vaikari Maji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Arjuna Vaja. Om
Arjuna
Namo
Uvacha.
Devaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Arjuna Vaja. Madanugrahaya Paramam Guhyam Adhyatma Samchidam Yatto Yuktam Vajastena Moho Ayam Vigado Mama. Hare Krishna.
Yes. Rekha Maji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Arjuna Uvacha Madanugrahaya Paramam Guhyam Adhyatma Samajnitam Yatyatvam Vachasteno Moho Ayam Vigato Mama. Hare Krishna.
Right. Okay, Snigdha Maji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Right.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Arjuna Vacha Madanugrahaya Param Guhyam Adhyatma Sangitam Yatvoktoya Yoktam Vachastena Mohoyam Vigato Mama. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Vanamari. Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Madanugrahaya Paramam Guhyam Adhyatma Samhidam Yatvayoktam Vajastena Mohoyam Vigado Mama. Hare Krishna.
Snigdha can read that word by word and translation.
Arjuna Uvacha. Arjuna says, Madanugrahaya, just to show me favor, Paramam, supreme, Guhyam, confidential, Adhyatma, spiritual, Samhitam,
എത്വജാഹെന്നൊന്നും പറഞ്ഞല്ലോ.
spiritual,
Samhidam.
Samjanitam, in the matter
Samhidam.
of Yat, what, Tattva, by you, Yuktam, says, Vachaha, words, Tena, by that, Mohaha, illusion, Ayam, this, Vigata, is educated, Mama, my. Arjuna said, I have heard your instruction on confidential spiritual matters, which you have so kindly delivered unto me, and my illusion is now dispelled. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Text 2. Bhavapyayo hi bhutanam shudo vistarasho maya Tottvaha kamalapatraksha mahatmyamavi chavyayam. Bhavapyayo hi bhutanam shudo vistarasho maya Tottvaha kamalapatraksha mahatmyamavi chavyayam. Bhavapyayo hi bhutanam shudo vistarasho maya Tottvaha kamalapatraksha mahatmyamavi chavyayam.
ഹരേ കൃഷ്ണ. ഓം നമോ ഭഗവതേ വാസുദേവായ. ഓം നമോ ഭഗവതേ വാസുദേവായ. ഓം നമോ ഭഗവതേ വാസുദേവായ. ഭവാപ്യയൗ ഹി ഭൂതാനാം ശ്രുതൗ വിസ്തരശോ മയാ ത്വത്തഃ കമലപത്രാക്ഷ മാഹാത്മ്യം അഭിചാവ്യയം.
Hare Krishna.
ഹരേ കൃഷ്ണ.
Ekrimaji.
Hare Krishna. Bhavapiyau hi bhutanam shrudau vistarasho maya Tvatta kamalapatraksha mahatmyapi chaviyam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Right. Ekamaji.
Hare Krishna. Bhavapyo hi bhutanam shruto vistaro maya tattva kamalapatraksha mahatmayam apichavyayam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Snigdhamaji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Krishna.
Bhavapyayo hi bhutanam shrutau vistarasho maya tattvatvaha kamalapatraksha mahatmamapi chavyayam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Right. Vanamali.
Hare Krishna. Bhavapyayo hi bhutanam sruto vistarasyo maya Totta kamalapatraksha mahatmyamavi
Chavyayam. Okay. Ekamaji can read.
Bhava appearance. Bhavapyo disappearance. He certainly Bhutanam of all living entities. Shruto have heard, Vistaraha detail, Maya by me, Svaktaha from me, from you, Kamala Patraksha of lotus-eyed one, Mahatmayam glories, Api also Cha and Abhyayam inexhaustible. O lotus-eyed one, I had heard from you in detail about the appearance and disappearance of every living entity as realized through your inexhaustible glories. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Verse 3. Evamedat yadhattatvam atmanam parameshwara drashtumiccami te rupam aishwaram purushottama. Evamedat yadhattatvam atmanam parameshwara drashtumiccami te rupam aishwaram purushottama. Evamedat yadhattatvam atmanam parameshwara drashtumiccami te rupam aishwaram purushottama.
ഹരേ കൃഷ്ണ പ്രഭുജി. യഥാർത്ഥത്വം ആത്മാനം പരമേശ്വര ദൃഷ്ടുമിച്ഛാമി തേ രൂപ ഐശ്വര്യം ദൃഷ്ടുമിച്ഛാമി തേ രൂപം ഐശ്വര്യം പുരുഷോത്തമ.
Aishwaram.
Aishwaryam Purushottama.
Right. Like Krimaji.
Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण
Artham.
एवमेद यथार्थत्वम् आत्मानं परमेश्वर द्रष्टुमिच्छामि ते रूपमैश्वरं पुरुषोत्तम.
Right. Rekamaji.
हरे कृष्ण एवमेतात् यथार्थत्वम् आत्मना परमेश्वरा द्रष्टुम् इच्छामि ते रूपम् ऐश्वरं पुरुषोत्तम. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna. Sindhamaji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु.
Hare Krishna.
एवमेतात् यथा यत् त्वम् आत्मानं परमेश्वर द्रष्टुम् इच्छामि ते रूपम् ईश्वरं पुरुषोत्तम. हरे कृष्ण प्रभु.
Hare Krishna. Vanamari.
हरे कृष्ण एवमेतत् यदा तत् आत्मानं परमेश्वरा द्रष्टुमिच्छामि ते रूपमैश्वरं पुरुषोत्तमा.
Right.
Shottama.
Sindhamaji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Evam, that, itad, this, yatha, as it is, tvam, you, atmanam, the soul, Parameshwaro, the Supreme Lord, drashtum, to see, ichhami, I wish, te, you, rupam, form, aishwaryam, divine, Purushottama, O best of personalities. O greatest of all personality, O supreme form, though I see here before me your actual position, I yet wish to see how you have entered into this cosmic manifestation. I want to see that form of yours. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakayam Chachurunmilidam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthavidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Mahyam Dadadi Swapadandigam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudapadagamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Sam Shri Rupam Sagrajadam Sagana Raghunathanvidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadhudam Parijana Saidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shivishaganvidamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagalpade Gopesha Gopiga Kanda Radha Kanda Namastude Taptakanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanusude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha kalpadrubhasya kripa sindhuvi eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nidhi Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram, Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Arjuna Vacha Madanugrahaya Paramam Guhyam Adhyatmasam Idam Yat Tuyoktam Vajastena Mohoyam Vigado Mama. Arjuna said, I have heard your instruction on confidential spiritual matters, which you have so kindly delivered up to me, and my illusion is now dispelled. So, a very grateful Arjuna is praising Krishna, is very thankful to Krishna because of his mercy. Arjuna had some doubts previously. He had actually no doubt at all on the supreme position of Krishna. He knew that Krishna is a supreme personality. Param Dhama, he has mentioned that he's a Parameshwara, Deva, and all those qualifications of Krishna, powers of Krishna, he has enumerated. He had no doubt on the supremacy of Krishna, but then he wanted, for the sake of others, how one can remember Krishna continuously throughout. On that, he had some illusion, whether it's possible. So he had asked Krishna, he has mentioned in the verse 17, I think. Yes. Kadam vidyaham yogans tvaya sada parichanden. Kadam vidyamaham. How I can know you? How I should meditate on you? In what various forms? Keshu bhaveshu. You are to be contemplated. These are the things Arjuna had some, not actually real doubts and all that, but he wanted to be more clear on this. And then Krishna, as we have seen in the last previous chapter, he has described many of his very, very important dominating opulences. Well, from verses 20 to 39, or we can say up to 42, all the verses. And he had cleared up all the doubts of Arjuna, how Krishna is all in all. Very, very confidential matters. Very, very confidential matters, both at the spiritual and the material level. Because Krishna is the source of everything. And many of us, even the great leading scientists, they cannot fully comprehend even the material creation or the material creation of Krishna. They're not even able to understand the more particularities or details of our planet Earth itself. Now the scientists are able to understand the functioning of the body, so many internal organs, so many functions of the body, how meticulously arranged, how it can be done through just matter or from development of matter, how this is possible just by evolution of matter. Any sane personality, any person who's having rational intelligence can understand that if you look at the functions of the body, the eyes, the ears, the nose, the throat, any organs, internal organs, the liver, the heart, even how we are not, they're not even sure how the digestion takes place. So how this can happen without any arrangement or without any intelligence? Then what about all the universes, material universes, thousands and crores upon them? We don't know even a fraction of a truth about these things. Then how we can know about the spiritual phenomenon? So only through Krishna, only Krishna is the only person competent, only sole authority who can speak authoritatively on both material and spiritual aspects. And at the request of Arjuna, all these confidential matters were explained by Krishna. And for this, Arjuna is very, very grateful. That's why Madanugrahaya, Paramam Guhyam, the most confidential, supreme confidential matters, spiritual matters. And because of that, I'm very thankful to you, Krishna. And in the second verse and the coming verses, he will request Krishna to show his universal form. So this 11th chapter is the third longest chapter in Bhagavad Gita, which is having how many chapters?
18 chapters.
Yes,
18 chapters.
18 chapters, which is the longest one?
Second, Prabhuji.
Second.
No, not 18th. 18 is high, longest. 18th has 78, second has 72.
72.
Yes,
Yes.
78 and 72. And third one is 11th one. This which is having 55 verses. So it's quite a long chapter. And in the beginning, the first session of this chapter is verses from 1 to 8. Arjuna requests Krishna to exhibit his Virat form or universal form, and Krishna is explaining the conception of his universal form. What he's going to show Arjuna, that he's explaining in verses 1 to 8. And from 9 to 31, how Arjuna saw this universal form, Arjuna's vision of this universal form is explained by Sanjaya from 9 to 31. And the next three verses, 32 to 34, Krishna is explaining the time factor. And from 35 to 46, 12 verses is Arjuna's glorification of Krishna. Arjuna's prayers, most very confidential and very glorious prayers in Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita, you don't find so many prayers. In Srimad Bhagavatam is full of prayers. In every chapter, and every canto, you'll find so many prayers by these demigods, Bhishmacharya, Kundi Devi, Lord Shiva, Brahma, Indra. So many people are glorifying Krishna. In every chapter, you can see. But Bhagavad Gita, you don't find so many glorification, except because the only listener is Arjuna. And Arjuna makes this prayer. This prayer has been 12 verses from 35 to 46 is give fantastic glorification of Krishna. And the last 47 to 55, last 9 verses, can find is established clearly that only pure devotees can really see the transcendental nature of the two-armed Gaura Shamasundara form of Krishna. The Shamasundara form is the ultimate, which only pure devotees can understand, not others. That is explained in the last 9 verses. So this is a structure of this 11th chapter. So Arjuna is requesting Krishna to exhibit his universal form. And when Krishna does that, Arjuna is being frightened. And Krishna is so merciful that again he converts himself to his original form and calms Arjuna. He was able to gather his composure. So that is the structure. And in the second verse, Arjuna again says, Bhavapyo hi bhutanam shudo vistarasho maya tyottaha kamalapatraksha mahatmyam vi chapeyam. O Lord, as I have heard from you in detail about the appearance and disappearance of every living entity as realized through your inexhaustible glories. So here, Arjuna is referring to the previous chapters also, 7th chapter, 9th chapter. In 7th chapter, it is mentioned that Egadyoni Bhudani Sarvani Tibadhareya Am Krishnasya Prabhava Pralayastada. So, these are two energies of Krishna, material energy and this spiritual energy, is a cause for all the creation, maintenance, and Krishna is a source of both these energies, and so Krishna is a cause for creation, maintenance, and destruction of the whole cosmic phenomena. That Arjuna has understood in the 7th chapter, and again the 9th chapter. This is repeated in verse from 6 to 9, and again the 18th verse also. This is mentioned. So Arjuna is understanding that Krishna is the cause for both this appearance and disappearance. And that he has explained in detail in certain parts of 8th chapter also. You can find that from 17 to 20. That is also mentioned. How this Bhuda Gramam, how they are sleeping in the night of Brahma and again awaken in the day of Brahma. That Krishna has Arjuna has understood from Krishna. Tvattaha Kamala Patraksha. He says Kamala Patraksha. Kamala Patraksha, Kamala of lotus flower. Lotus flower is very large, very soft, very beautiful, and sweet and all everything. So actually, Krishna's nature is actually like that. Original nature of Krishna is very, very sweet. Krishna is in his original nature is Krishna so sweet and so fragrant that devotees in the Madhurya Bhava, they just focus on Krishna. And that's why Krishna is so attractive to everyone. So Arjuna is related to Krishna in the Madhurya Bhava, in the nature of the sweetness. And but at the same time, Krishna has got a lot of powers. Parasya Shakti Vivideva Shvede. Shveda Shvedra Maharshi says the Supreme Personality has got a lot of energies. And energy means power. And this power is Avyaya. Avyaya means inexhaustible, at the same time unchanging. So this through the powers of Krishna, through his powers, he is creating everything. He is firmly situated in his interpotency, while although he is creating this material universe, he is aloof from it. He is not part of the material end. That's why it's Avyaya. Avyaya means unchanging also, unchanging. Krishna, although he creates everything through his activity, he is also responsible for entailing this Varnashrama system, inaugurating his Varnashrama system. He is responsible for introducing his yajnas, all for the benefit of the foreign souls. So everyone, every living entity, for their existence and their maintenance, every time they are dependent on Krishna, but Krishna is not dependent on them. That's why Krishna says, Maya tadamidam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina matstani sarvabhudani natuham teshavastida. Every living entity is founded on me, they are dependent on me, but I am not dependent on them. I am the influencing factor. I am not influenced by this. And although he is creating so many living entities and so many universes, his personality is never lost. That Arjuna will make it sure next verse. Normally, in that Jnanis, Mayavadis, Advaitavadis, they will say that after spreading himself, expanding himself, Krishna's personality is lost. It is a material conception. Because when a thing is distributed, finally the thing is exhausted. But in spiritual matter, it's not like that. Even though so many holes can be generated from one single hole, the single hole remains the same. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamashishre. That was his in Ishopanishad. So many holes, complete holes, is emanating from one single hole, but still this single hole remains unchanged. So this is an inconceivable opulence of Krishna. This only devotees can understand. Arjuna has understood perfectly. This is the background for our Achintya Bheda Tattva also. The simultaneous difference and sameness of the energy and the energetic. The energetic and energy in one way is the same, at the same time it's different also. That tattva, Achintya Bheda Bheda tattva, is explained, you can say, in many of the verses in Bhagavad Gita. And Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam can be understood perfectly when you follow this Achintya Bheda Bheda tattva only, no other philosophy. This is a perfect philosophy. Many of the verses in Bhagavad Gita cannot be understood if you apply only Dvaita or if you apply only with Advaita. So in the next verse, Arjuna says, Evameda idatatvam atmanam parameshwara drashtumichami te rupam aishwaram purushottama. O greatest of all personalities, O supreme form, though I see here before me your actual position, I yet wish to see how you have entered into this cosmic manifestation. I want to see that form of yours. So Arjuna is thoroughly convinced of the supreme position of Krishna. Because Krishna is personally standing before Arjuna in the chariot. This context should now be forgotten even from a fraction of a second. Because whenever we are speaking of whatever scriptures talk about, always it should be related to the context in which it is spoken. All the Upanishad, whatever it is. Especially Bhagavad Gita, we have to understand Bhagavad Gita in the context. And the context is Krishna is speaking to Arjuna. So Krishna is enumerating so many yoga, so many philosophy, everything, but ultimately Krishna is personally speaking to Arjuna. As a person, he's standing before Arjuna. And many says that I am Sarvasya Prabhava, it actually means that he is the origin of everything. And he means I am the person standing before you. Aham. It cannot be interrupted in any which way. So most of the people make a mistake because they just forget the context and then give their own interpretation. So Arjuna, we didn't know that though person Krishna standing before him is two-armed form, this is the original form from which all the forms have generated. And whatever this Krishna, the two-handed Shyamasundara form Krishna, has spoken about himself is absolutely true. Savameda Rudam Manni Yanma Madhasi Keshava. Krishna is Arjuna has spoken that in the last chapter. Savameda Rudam Manni. Whatever you have spoken is true, Krishna. I understand that it's true only. It's absolutely true. Factual. There's no doubt on this. So Evameda means the person Krishna is standing before Arjuna is true. And whatever Krishna has spoken about Krishna himself is true. So these two things we have to remember. Then only the meaning will be perfect. And who is that person? Parameshwara. He's a Param Ishwara. He's the creator of everything, whole universe. That we have seen that 20th verse. 20th verse of the 10th chapter starts with Krishna explaining Aham Atma Guragesha Sarva Bhuta Ashaya Sthidaha Aham Adishcha Madhyamcha Bhudanam Anda Evacha. That's a very important verse. So Sarva Bhutanam. Sarva Bhutanam is explained in three phases, starting from the material Pradhana, Pradhana, and the universal soul of the Andaryam, the material Pradhana Andaryam is Karnodasha Vishnu. Universal form is the Garbhoshai Vishnu, Vyashti, and then in the individual form, individual souls, Krishna's entering Sarva Bhudashaya, inside everything. So that is the Kshirodoshai Vishnu, the Paramatma. So that's why he's called Parama Ishvara. He is Ishvara in every respect. Right from beginning, the middle, and the end, he is a controller. At every point of time, Krishna is a controller. During the conversion of material creation, during the time when these living entities enter into material universe, and during the time the living entities are maintained in this material universes. Every point of time, every time sphere, Krishna is the supreme controller. That's why it's called Parama Ishvara. And Drashtumichami Te Rupam Aishwaram Purushottama. He says Purushottama, the supreme personality. So Arjuna is emphasizing the fact that Krishna is a person only, although he has energies which are impersonal. He himself is a person. The personality of Krishna can never be denied. Evameda Ridamani Yenmamasikeshava Nate Bhagavan Vaktim Vidurdevana Danava. So, for many scholars, it's very difficult to understand Krishna as a person. They find it very difficult to correlate that. So, Krishna is Arjuna, make it very emphasizing. He is a supreme of all personalities. Living entities has got personalities. The demigods are also personalities. Brahma is a personality. Shiva is a personality. Everyone's a personality. And among this, all the personalities, all the Purushas, Krishna is a supreme Purusha. So Arjuna requests Krishna that please show that of Aishwarya form. Now you have to distinguish between Aishwarya and Madhurya. Previously, we have stated that everybody knows also. When someone in class we have mentioned that Arjuna is related to Krishna, is a devotee of Krishna, is a friend of Krishna in the mode of friendship. He is related to Krishna. And all those rasas, mellows, Dasa rasa, Sakha rasa, Valsalyam, Madhuryam, everything is grouped together as Madhuryam. And this is a reverence. Aishwarya Bhava, oh, Krishna is a Lord of whole universes, the maintainer of everyone. He's having so many powers. He's having so many energies. All this conception of Krishna is the mode of Aishwarya Bhava, reverence. Oh. But Arjuna wants, although he is a person in Madhurya Bhava, he is still interested in seeing this because he wants to establish once and for all that Krishna is actually everything. And to establish that, whatever he has stated in the 10th chapter, Arjuna is asking Krishna to exhibit that. So that in the coming generation, the times to come, people cannot falsely claim themselves to be God. And nowadays, there are so many persons claiming themselves to be God. And the single test is, if you claim that you are God, please show this universal form. That person is able to show the universal form, then he is God. But has anyone exhibited this universal form? So many people can see in the last century, before that also, so many persons claim to be God. Not a single one of them is able to show the universal form. So Arjuna is very intelligent. And persons who read through the Bhagavad Gita can understand this, that these pretenders who claim themselves to gods, they're just pretenders only, imposters only, and nothing else. So Arjuna wants to expose them. But if you want to expose them, then you have to study Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, you'll not be able to ask this question. You'll simply blindly believe that somebody is a god. His followers will make you so many propaganda on this. You tend to believe this. And then you walk into a trap. And then you spoil your spiritual life. So it is very, very essential that we should read Bhagavad Gita from Acharya Parampara only. Otherwise, there also will be so many confusion. So if you have to think very clearly with clarity, it is very essential that we should read from, understand from a bona fide source of our spiritual masters, of which the last spiritual master is Srila Prabhupada. And you thoroughly understand Srila Prabhupada books. There's so much clarity you get about Krishna in ourselves. And that will help us to establish our relationship with Krishna on a very firm footing. And then we can progress very nicely in our devotional service. So we are all very fortunate that we are in this parampara. And because of this parampara, we are able to understand Krishna as it is, Yatha Tattvam. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Okay. Right. Lekamaji can render.
Okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Namaste Narasimhaya Prahladaladadaine Hiranyakashi Pomichaha Shilatankanakalaye Ito Nasimha Parato Nasimho Yato Yato Yami Tato Nasimha Vahe Nasimha Vedhaye Nasimo Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapade Savakara Kamalavare Naka Albuda Shingam Dadita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Nasimhadev Jaya Nasimhadev Jaya Nasimhadev Jaya Nasimhadev Jaya Narahari Jaya Narahari Narahari Jaya Narahari Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Sai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Sai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari 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 Bol Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jalantam Sarvatomukam Narasimham Vishanabhadram Mrityunamamham Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jalantam Sarvatomukam Narasimham Vishanabhadram Mrityunamamham Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jalantam Sarvatomukam Narasimham Vishanabhadram Mrityunamamham Shri Nasimha Jai Nasimha Jai Jai Shri Nasimha Dhala Desha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Vringa Shri Nasimha Jai Nasimha Jai Jai Shri Nasimha Dhala Desha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Vringa
Sadvakti Meenashagari Shri Narasimhadev Bhavani ki.
Jai.
Jai
Vaishnava Kishesh Pala Maharaj ki.
Jai.
Jai
Vancha Kalpatruvescha.
Sindhu Bhaivata Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo
Namo Namaha
Anandapuri Vaishnava ki jai.
Jai.
Jai
Vaishnava ki.